Alright, what's up, you guys? Time for another video. Another episode in my series where I talk about the real-life Yu-Gi-Oh! Card games people play. I'll say the tired old opening statement that I say in all my episodes. Yeah, do they really manufacture Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore? Do people still play it? Do they still manufacture the game? Anybody watch the old cartoon? But anyway, nonetheless, this is where I metaphorically and sarcastically talk about the real-life bullshit that people try to hand you, the loads of horseshit people hand you to try to manipulate, control, and shame other people, and stuff I make fun of, actually, in my opinion, are cards played by the equality extremists and the equity extremists, or whatever you call it. Always people out there that are jealous of somebody else, or maybe they have relatives that kind of screwed their lives up some kind of a way, and they want to bring everybody down a notch. A whole list of bullshit. But the reason why I say that too, the particular card I talk about, it gets used in the arsenal, usually on the far leftist. It's always some kind of far leftist, whether a racial leftist, white or black leftist, or not singling out any race in it, because it's used by all races against people. And always the people who profit off of everybody having either self-esteem issues or addictions or other kind of stuff, that if you don't have some kind of addiction, or if you don't have some kind of addiction or a self-esteem issue or any kind of crap, it's considered an act of rebellion, even a criminal, when everyone even criminalize it. And people that believe shit like this are like some kind of neo-socialist kind of people. But anyway, yeah, it's big business to kind of put everybody down or whatever the hell. But in this case, it's the insensitive card. And I could make a real long-ass video. I don't want it to be a real long-ass video about a whole list of, unlike the legit class of being insensitive, okay, there's the legit accusation of being insensitive that everybody knows, and usually that falls under the category of somebody that's like a real asshole, kick somebody when they're down, make fun of the handicapped or the sick, or not far beyond, saying, "Oh, suck it up, snowflake," or whatever. There's is some, but the way these other people play this card is like, they want to make you walk on eggshells. I mean, you're required to cry crocodile tears for these people, or have crocodile emotions, or whatever the hell. And not only that, the people that require you don't cry enough of crying. If you don't cry me a river, or cry enough of crocodile tears or crocodile emotions, which a lot of politicians and different leftists do to pander to people. And what gets tricky is, like, they want to pick and choose what you're supposed to cry crocodile tears for you, and then they want to choose what you're not allowed to actually have any emotions or empathy for. They want to control what and who you have empathy for. There's things that you're not allowed to have empathy for, and you can question that, and you can be considered a criminal or be insensitive. Like, for example, you can have jealous people out there that maybe they got kids that are on and off of drugs and in and out of rehab. Whether you have jealous parents or whatever, jealous because so-and-so's kids are doing better and better themselves, and it even gets up into an adulthood. People will be... They started out, you get these people when you're teenagers and all that, you see these people around and you're nuts for pointing them out. But yet they're brazen as hell, getting more brazen these days, right? But then you can be grown-ass people watching this shit all unfold, right? And you can find yourself walking around too proudly, with money in your pocket, and not walking down. I don't know, these people expect you to be walking around as if you have Down syndrome, not to make fun of anybody with Down syndrome, but they want an induced version of Down syndrome without And if you point that out, you'll act like you're making fun of certain people with handicaps or Down syndrome. That one of my metaphors, you gotta politely and diplomatically indicate that such people, for example, are people that could be taken advantage of. You're not being insensitive, but if you're not, if you refuse to go down a couple of notches mentally and physically, you're considered insensitive, some kind of jaded asshole or whatever. I mean, and if you got money in your pocket, spend it on extra good meals, or if you get a pet so you can spend money that you hard earned, pamper your pets, your dog or cat. Oh, and walking around with some kind of higher sense of self esteem. That's considered challenging, confrontational, and insensitive to people that are trying to overcome an addiction. And people that say that, they're speaking out on behalf of people that have addictions. And then you got certain people that coddle lowlifes. No offense to people that had any addictions that got out of it, but it's big business to coddle lowlifes and enable certain people, and it's almost you'd be compared to being some kind of capitalist. They'll say you're consuming, and helping capitalists. You're walking around and want to have nice stuff for yourself and everything else. Well, I'm basically describing the radical left that play the insensitive card. And then, like, I've seen, not to go on and on too much about it, but I've seen a couple, how on Twitter you subscribe to particular celebrities and you see what they're saying with different political views, and you just notice certain shit, just like you see on TV. An example, if you will, that these celebrities are actually trying to induce guilt in people. I had this relative that had these addictions and drugs and everything, and now that I feel guilty because I cut them out of my life because now they died and OD'd, and I feel guilty now. It's like, what the fuck for? You have a right to your own life and happiness, right? And have money in your pocket without any of these people leeching off of you and laying down on your couch, and leeching off of you, and then maybe bringing weird friends to your fucking house or whatever, or maybe even bringing police over to your house, drawing police over to your house, or even drawing people that might want to have a beef with them and shoot them. It could be anything, drug debts. So you have a right to have concerns of your own safety, and right then to have a house without having stuff missing because somebody is just lazy bastard is laying around your house and want to be out all kind of different things at bars, and you're supposed to feel guilty because you have a life of your own, and then you avoid relatives like that and have money in your pocket and have too much freedom, and not letting some fucking lowlife that doesn't want to change freeload off of you. Hey, you're for safety concerns too, and there is professionals that are supposed to take care of those people. But that's one example. But yeah, these celebrities are saying that shit, and I think what it is, and it's not just conversation. I hope you read it, and it's supposed to induce a type of a guilt they want induced on you. You know what I mean? Hey, they'll guilt you over damn strangers. Yeah, like I said, you're supposed to bring yourself down. Every little aspect of your life is offensive to somebody that has low self-esteem or has addictions or whatever the hell are. And that's actually being spread around by these fucking neo-socialists and radical leftists, equality extremists, because it's big business to keep people in self-esteem and have them where they need to be medicated, or they want people to be. It's big business to have people that have low self-esteem and be addicted to something, and just like I saw somebody post on social media, which is true one time. Like I love this saying, yeah, when it's a quote somebody put on there, right? How does that go? When a lot of people out there make a profit off of low self-esteem and addiction or whatever the hell, you not going that route is considered an an act of rebellion or even a criminal act, because that's the new normal people are trying to introduce. But the way they want to achieve this, they're brazenly, you're not a nut anymore. They're brazenly indicating that on social media, and even on some TV or whatever the hell, or but sometimes people around you next door in workplaces, just because they had some son or daughter that's maybe even mine or your age or younger or whatever the hell, that's low self-esteem, self-harm, addictions and all that, and you're proud of you're proud of the fact that you're not like that, and you better yourself, and oh, you're some kind of asshole now. You're supposed to cry crocodile tears for crocodile tears for somebody else. You're supposed to be ashamed for doing something to boost your self-esteem or whatever, or you're considered. Oh, you another thing they like to say. Oh, you're some person that wants to do all kind of good stuff or something for attention. Well, no, living your life so you can't be accused is a good thing, and if you do anything at all to prevent yourself from appearing to be a low life, you're some kind of selfish, jaded person who wants attention. But actually, the fact is, the very fact that you walk around any kind of way, you're getting attention anyway. They don't want to see that people that are corrupt, okay, do not want you to see the fact that you can actually pick and choose the kind of attention that you want to get. Let me say that again. You actually have the power to pick and choose the kind of attention that you want to get, as opposed to another kind of attention. And then the corrupt people out there, they don't want you to see that, and they want to shame you or whatever the hell. Because the fact is, though, there's certain kind of attention that you don't want to get. Yeah, there's people out there that bring shit on themselves. They bring all kind of bad attention on themselves, and they act like they're oppressed or whatever the fuck. But and then that damn clique, when you don't decide to be a sheep, like far left sheep victim, addict or whatever the hell, and you're too proud of your. Oh yeah, they'll even say you're racist too. Yeah, you're not addicted to anything. You don't have no low self-esteem. You don't walk around with your head down, all kind of a way. You walk too proud. If you don't have some minimum amount of low self-esteem, and you're not addicted to anything, and you're not hanging over somebody else's words some kind of a way, and you don't get yourself some therapy or any kind of a thing, and if you don't have any issues where you need to have meds, like mental issues or whatever, you're considered insensitive. Matter of fact, they'll even say you're a psychopath, sociopath, and say you're crazy and criminally insane, because they want a more docile kind of person out there. They don't want somebody that's a critical thinking human being that decides to want to pursue their own happiness and their own satisfaction. But they want you to be a low life and a victim. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you don't do what anybody else wants, you're considered insensitive. I mean, yeah, you're not addicted to anything. You're not alcoholic. You're not on any kind of medications. You're not you don't have any other kind of like issues, if you will.